welcome to the second episode of Rogue's Alien Investigations. Today, we're going over a very interesting case. Kap Dwa, aka basically a two-headed mummified giant. Very interesting case. So, when and where? Date of capture was 1673 in Patagonia, which is a part of Argentina, which is a part of South America. Now, the legend is in 1673, Spanish sailors captured a 12-foot tall giant with two heads in Patagonia. They captured it, and then they tied it up. They tied it up to the front of the boat, I think, but it broke free. And then a fight ensued to try to recapture the giant, which actually resulted in the giant's death. One of the people stabbed the giant in the heart, killing it instantly. And then it apparently naturally mummified, which is kind of cool. I don't know how, or but I'm not an expert on mummification. But in the 1900s, it was moved to England, and then for a while it was in England. And in 1959, it was bought by an American dude who transported it to Baltimore, and that's where it remains today. It is in a museum, and as far as I know, you can still go see it in Baltimore, which is nice. Now we're gonna get to the evidence photos. The most interesting thing about this case is we have the body. We have the corpse of the giant, which is because with most alien sightings or something, it's usually. Sorry if you can hear it. You can hear the bird in the background, but with most alien stuff, it's a picture, it's a video, it's a rock, but no, this is a full corpse. Here's a picture of its two heads. This is a picture of its torso, and this is a picture of its full body. Now the claims are that the corpse and the story is real, and that it is either an ancient race of aliens. Not aliens, an ancient race of giants, or some sort of alien species. The supporting claims. The only supporting claim we have is the body. We obviously have the body, and we obviously don't have any witnesses from the 1600s. So the corpse is obviously the main, the most important evidence too. Now the only supporting claims that the corpse is real is allegedly either in the 1960s or 1930s. Claims vary that some doctors looked at the body and supposedly hold on. Highlighter. No perpetual evidence of it being fake, which is a very interesting way to word it. But that's what they said. Well, that's what they claim they said, There's absolutely no proof that doctors there's no documents. There's absolutely no documents that it's real. All it is oh yeah, we did have doctors come and analyze it, Oh yeah, doctors. And the technology at the time was very primitive. Even if it was the 60s, I don't even know if we could do DNA stuff, we obviously can't do that in the 30s. So the inspection was probably just them looking at it and being like, oh yeah, this is real. This is real flesh. This is a real living being. There's no taking samples, looking at it under a microscope or anything. It's probably some dude just showed up and was Uh, now what does the internet think? A lot of people are skeptics. So this picture right here is somebody on Quora, I think it's called. Yeah, Quora. Was asking if there's any evidence. Like what is the evidence of the Kap Dwa existing? And this person is this person's like, there is none. The Patagonian giants were a standard sideshow attraction manufactured by a company in Boston. Austin Craig Nelson, and then they have some like some more. I'm guessing that's where they got the text from. So the internet doesn't think it's real. at least most cases I looked at, most people thought it was fake. Do Patagonian giants even exist? Now, this person on Reddit says that giants have been spotted in the area before, to the 1510s to 20s, but then somebody replied to this saying many of the entries of ship logs are supposedly exaggerated and fanatical in order to justify funding their expeditions, which is very interesting. Because, you know, if you're exploring an area, right, and you're like, oh yeah, we just found some birds and stuff, that they're not gonna want to go back. But if you're talking about how we saw giants, there's a two-headed giant, we captured it and killed it, then logically you're gonna be like, all right, we need more giants. So that makes sense. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say, is that makes sense. Now, my opinion. This is a hard case. At first, I came out really, really skeptical, right? Thinking, oh yeah, it's just taxidermy, you know. But I was originally gonna have a picture there. I had a picture of the giant, and its teeth looked a little bit funky. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's proof it's not real. But then I started to look at actual mummies, like Egyptian mummies and stuff, and their teeth, you know, they looked about the same. And then at the foot, I didn't put the picture in the slideshow, but there's a picture of its foot, and it almost looked like the big toe was like attached or something. You know, it had like a crack where you could, at the base, where you could see like it was taken off or put on. And I was looking at other mummies of like, because obviously the jawline of this thing is extremely pronounced. Here. Let's go back a little bit. You see how like pronounced that jawline is, right? And I was thinking that's not real. You know, somebody modeled that. But then I was looking at actual mummies, and because, you know, the skin like shrivels up to get closer to the bone, and it made sense. And I was looking at the eyeballs too, how the eyeballs look funky and almost, they just look weird. But then I was looking at real mummies too, and it looked real, you know. It's such a weird case, because I've never seen like a alien case or conspiracy theory case where we have the literal corpse of the creature. If it were taxidermy, I even feel like it would be challenging to make it in taxidermy. You know, nobody's made like a taxidermy Bigfoot, you know. But because, you know, if like the theory, taxidermy theory is that they took a bunch of different things and put it together to make the thing. But you can make like a, why has nobody made a taxidermy Bigfoot and tried to, say that is Bigfoot? Where in this case, if it is taxidermy, somebody made it and they're like, ah, yes, this is a real, thing. It's odd. And I don't know much about mummification or taxidermy in general, but in my opinion, it would be challenging because it's so big. It looks so real and it's so big. It's so incredibly big. Um, yeah, I didn't see anything. I thought it was, I thought it was fake, but I was looking at closer and, everything looked the same. And then there's also a ton of theories that giants once lived on Earth with like the Nephilim, and like ancient like giants and the whole all kinds of stuff. So the idea that we caught a giant in the 1600s isn't that far fetched, in my opinion. But yeah, it was weird. I went from a skeptic, I'm more confused now than I was whenever I went into it. I don't know if it's real or fake. I guess that's not the point of the show. I don't know if it is real or fake. It's hard to determine. I'd love to go see it myself. And then I don't know. We just need it tested. Obviously, we have the technology to test things now, so I think we should. Somebody should go get it tested. But yeah, it's such an interesting case. Such a weird case. I had to cover it though. I've known about the Kap Dwa for a while. So yeah, that's my opinion. That's my investigation. Uh, I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.